Hi everybody, it's Imogen. Welcome back to Colouring Kid. I hope you're all staying safe and well during this time, and I hope that you are all okay and that my videos are keeping you company during this time. Today's video is going to be about the things that I use to embellish my pictures. So what I mean by that is once I've coloured my pictures, most often with coloured pencil and now sometimes marker, I go over with various pens and gel pens and things like that to just sparkle them up a bit and add various different effects. So I'm going to go through everything that I can think of. I've pretty much got everything here, I think, and yeah, I'm just going to get started. So I think one of the most common things that people will use for glitter is stickles. Now I don't use stickles. I have got a couple of small bottles. I think I've got the waterfall one and silver and the crystal one. I did try them with my colouring and I found that I just couldn't get it to lay flat and it would always be really bumpy, and yeah, it just wasn't really the effect I was going for. They're gorgeous, but I tend to use them on cards and stuff now because it gives that lovely glittery effect. But I just find it's better to create something 3D. But all of the pictures that I've seen that people have used stickles on, they look amazing. So, you know, if you can manage to get them flat and lovely like that, I mean, that's amazing. But I tend to use glitter gel pens, and this is another very common thing that people use. Now, before I actually got this set, which I'm going to show you, I only had a clear gel pen. So if I can find it for you. So first off, I only had a silver gel pen. And I'm actually going to see if I can find it for you. It was a while ago. And it's in this pencil case. It's one that I don't use a lot. Here we go. So I used to have these, and I use them loads. So these are the Uniball Signo silver glitter, and what I used to do was pick it up with a cotton bud or something like that and just rub it to get that effect of a Wink of Stella or a clear glitter gel pen, because I didn't have one of them and I didn't realise you could even get them at that point. This was right at the beginning. This was kind of before it was kind of when I didn't have any coloured glitter gel pens, because I just wanted to still be able to see the colouring, but just put a bit of glitter on it. So for all of my colouring in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, it was just using a Wink of Stella, which I then recently found, and this pen. So this one's pretty much run out, as you can see. I do have another one here, and I should use it. In fact, this one's quite run out as well. I'm not really... I swear I have another one. I went through quite a few of these, I'm not going to lie. I just did. I use them loads because I love them so much. Here's one that's kind of half done. But these are gorgeous. And I believe you can get an actual set of these. I have never got them, but I think you can get a set of about 8. And they are very, very glittery. So they are something that I think are worth trying. I personally haven't tried them. I think it's a set where you get the glittery ones and the metallic ones. The metallic ones look gorgeous as well. So yeah, by all means... Wow, I just dropped it. By all means, give it a try because they are lovely. But the glitter gel pen that I got after that was a Jelly Roll clear glitter gel pen, and it's amazing. You can put it over anything that you've coloured and you can still see the colour underneath and the shading underneath if you choose to do that. I got this in a set of 3. And they are just amazing. I did, I think it was my 500 subscriber giveaway, I basically put together a pack of things that I really, really recommend getting. They're kind of my colouring essentials. And this was one of the things that I put in it because it's just amazing. And I actually do use more of the coloured gel pens now because I really love them. But this is something that I always go back to because I really, really enjoy using it. So, in terms of my other kind of... gel pens that I do use a lot. These are the Tan Mitt 96 glitter gel pens. So you get 48 colours and then 48 replacements, and I have all the replacements here, and I haven't actually used any of them yet. So I've been using these loads, and it just proves that they really do last. It's great. So I have those to dig into once some of these start running out. So I got these from my Auntie Lynn and Uncle Jim. They are family friends of ours, and it's in this lovely case, and I've never thought about transferring them because it's such a handy thing to have. And what I have tended to do actually is, if I know that there are specific colours that I use a lot, I will just take them out. Say I'm going away for the weekend, I might just take a couple of colours out that I know I will probably be using on that page, which saves, you know, me taking all of them. There is a clear glitter gel pen in this, which again I really, really like. It's slightly kind of whiter than the clear glitter gel pen. This is kind of a tiny tint of a really, really light grey, and this is quite clear. They're pretty similar though, and they're lovely. Some of my favourite colours in here, I absolutely love the range of browns, because brown glitter gel pens are something you don't really get, and I've found them really useful for wood and things like that, and just embellishing with colours that are quite unusual. Usually if you were to go into a shop or order something online and you were to get a 24 set of gel pens or something, that it's not very often that you get browns, and I love the range of them. They're gorgeous. I'll show you a swatch of them in a minute. This is a coral colour which I really like. There are some lovely neon glitter ones, and the other thing which was really, really hard to find, this was before I'd even received these, whenever I would look at gel pen sets, it was always a mixture of different types of gel pens. So you would always have, say, a 48 set, you would always have primarily glitter, but then you'd always have the metallic and the neon, and I wanted just glitter, and it was something that I did find hard to get hold of. I also love these blues here. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're quite dusky and more of kind of an antique-y blue, but they're really lovely. And the red that I tend to use loads is this one, and you can see that I've used that quite a lot. But they're just gorgeous, and I'll be showing you a few examples of pages where I have used loads of different things to embellish them, because there are certain books that I will use more of these things on than others. So these are kind of my go-to glitter gel pens when I want to add colour with glitter. But my other go-to glitter gel pens are these, and these are amazing. So these are the Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallics. Now, I received most of these actually from Susan, who is a lovely, lovely subscriber, and there's a video of me showing what she very, very kindly sent me, and I think she sent me an 8-pack, and prior to that I had bought a few single ones. I think I'd had maybe about 4, and with the ones that she sent me, I think I had 1 duplicate, and actually it's one of my favourite colours in this. It's this red one. So I do have a second one of this, which is really, really great. Actually, it's not red, it's a pinkish colour, but yeah, they are absolutely amazing. I will show you the swatches now of those 2 gel pen sets that I was just talking about, including this one, because if you don't know about the Hybrid Dual Metallics, they are different from any other set. If I can find them. There we go. So the reason that I've swatched them on 2 different colours is because they look different on both black and white paper. So the great thing about this is that you're almost getting more colours. You're still getting the same colour. They still look fairly similar, but the reason that these are so cool is because the glitter is different from the actual pen colour. So this one, for example, is one of my favourites. You might not be able to see it very well. So the pen colour is actually blue, but the glitter colour is gold. So when you put it down normally on white paper, it's blue, but with the lovely, lovely gold glitter. And then when you put it on the black, it's mainly gold. Having said that, it's quite a antique traditional gold. This is more of a yellowy one, so there is a difference between all of these, and they are all different. So even though these green colours are quite similar, this has got blue glitter in, so it gives more of a bluey effect. So here I've put the colours with the dash so that you can see the differences in the colour. This is also a really interesting one. It's pink or pinky purple colour with blue glitter, and they're just amazing. And it's a fairly small set, but then when you think about it, you are getting more colours depending how you use it. The silver one is the only exception. That's the same on both papers, just because it isn't classed as a, well, it is classed as a hybrid dual metallic, but here there's only one name, there's only silver. Whereas with all of these others, say let me pick this one for example, it's black on white paper and metallic red on black. No, did I say that right? It's black on white paper and metallic red on black paper. Yeah, I think I did say it right. It's so confusing, but yeah, they are just amazing. So I'd really recommend getting these. Maybe get a few singles. You know, they were in my local art store, and I did pick up the extra ones that I don't think I had. Actually, I haven't swatched the newer one I got, because I think this was all of, this was 11 of them, and I think this is the last one. I'm not sure if I've actually got all of them, but this one's green and red, so it's green on white paper and metallic red on black paper. But they are amazing. I really, really recommend these. They are so glittery as well. They're on par with my other glitter gel pens, and they go really, really well together. So I do use these a lot. And then the other glitter gel pens, the Tan Mit ones, I did swatch out. Here we go. So these are all of the colours. You can see again, they're lovely and glittery. Some of them aren't showing up quite as well. So you can see this one down here, it's quite hard to see, but that's the clear one. This colour is a really, really interesting one as well. It's kind of a eucalyptus green. And the other thing I want to mention about these is that obviously with the hybrid dual metallics, they all have names, so it's really easy to tell which is which. These ones actually have all codes. So they all have codes, and in the refills they all have a code on them as well, so you can easily tell which is which. This is really hard to get into. I'm not sure if you can see, but there are codes on all of them, so it is easy to switch them in and out when you need to. But yeah, some of these colours are just amazing. A few of them are more metallic-y, so that's just natural with probably the production of some of these greys, especially because it's classically a silver colour. Silver is very metallic, and they are slightly more metallic than glittery. But apart from that, they are all amazing, and I still use metallics a lot, so these are still really, really handy. But they do have glitter in. It's quite hard to see, but they are amazing. There's just some really unusual colours in it, and I really, really like it. And finding a set this large of 48 is quite, you know, challenging. I have been on Amazon prior to me getting these, and there were some sets. So if you are looking for just glitter gel pen sets, they are out there. So I'll just finish showing you what's in this wrap. So I also got this wrap from Auntie and Uncle Jim, and it's really handy to store all of these pens because I had them in a pencil case, and then I realised how hard it was to have to tip everything out, find the pen I was looking for, put them all back. It just was a bit of a faff. So this is great, having them pretty much. These are the ones that I will use to embellish. There are certain others that I do keep in a small pencil case just because I use them a lot of the time in lots of different books. So here, these first four I got in America, and again, this was before I got the glitter gel pens, but I had been wanting to try Jelly Roll glitter gel pens for ages. And as I mentioned, I'd only had the clear one up until now. And I really, really wanted to give them a go, so I did try them, and they are, again, amazing. And these colours are unique as well. This pink is slightly lighter, and it's kind of a magenta colour. It's really, really lovely. This orange I love for middles of flowers. This blue, again, is just gorgeous. And this is a really nice navy grey colour. It's so unusual. The codes, they are all different, aren't they? This is 744. 725 705 and 720. So if you did want to look out for these particular colours. I know there are loads and I would love to get the full set eventually. I don't even know how many there are of these are the Stardust glitter gel pens because they're the glittery ones. But yeah, they are something that I absolutely love and complement things so well. I do have a few more Jelly Roll pens that aren't the Stardust ones. So this is by far my favourite gold gel pen. I think I'm going to need to get another one of these soon. Now, the only deceiving thing with the Jelly Roll is that this has a glittery cap, but it's a metallic pen. So it doesn't have any glitter in it whatsoever, which is the only annoying thing. I do wish it had a metallic cap because it would be so much easier to tell what's what. When I first picked it up, I did think it was a glittery gold pen, but it's gorgeous. And I'm just going to show you the difference between this gold, you can't see me doing this, hang on, between this gold and a traditional kind of gold gel pen. So this is very antique. It's got a slight bronze tint to it and it's absolutely fantastic. It just glides over the page. Whereas if I show you a traditional kind of gold colour from a Uniball Signo, and I did have one of these in the bigger, more normal kind of size like that, but it did run out. And you can see that that's more yellowy, so it's definitely on the verge of a more bronzy gold, which in my opinion is just amazing and I absolutely love it. So you can see the difference there. I use both golds for various things. I really like them, and I don't have many metallic pens, and this is by far my favourite, so I absolutely love it. Now, you might have heard me talk about the Jelly Roll Glazes fairly recently because I have done a video on doing see-through translucent objects, and I did use a Jelly Roll glaze for that. Now, if you don't know what these are, you can kind of see that in the light these caps look kind of pearlescent, and they kind of are. I don't know whether that was the effect they were going for, but they do. So I have 3 of these, and I would eventually, again, like the full set of these, but the 3 that I have are great. So my favourite is the clear one, and if you don't know what it does, it basically goes over anything and creates kind of a shiny surface which is clear and just makes things look kind of like glass. It's really lovely. The blue one that I have, again, is the same effect. It gives that shiny effect, but it's blue. And this one is a greyish one, but it's not too dark. I do really like it because it's almost, can almost give shadows to things. So I'll just swatch these 2 out for you. You won't be able to see the clear one, but I'll show you an example of it in a minute. Once I've run through everything. You can kind of see, because they haven't dried yet, you can see they do just, they are quite shiny in that sense, and they're lovely. So I really like these, and they were, again, something that I only recently discovered. I'm sure I got this in America as well. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that, but you can find them on Amazon. Then I have 2 Jelly Roll white gel pens. Now, for the longest time I used these, and then I found the Uniball Signo, but I don't know what it is. I've been having issues with the Uniball Signo recently, and I've found that I haven't really been using it, but I have been using the Jelly Rolls a lot more. Now, I think the problem was, the reason I switched to the Uniball Signo was because I originally had the 08 of the Jelly Roll, and I found the nib wasn't really allowing me to get a proper flow of the ink, because it is quite small. It's still not as small as the 010. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but there is a difference between them. That's the 010, and I much prefer this one, and I'm so glad that I've now got it. Before these even, the first pen I started using as a white highlight was the POSCO pen, and that leaked everywhere and it never worked the same again. But now I do have a replacement of it because I got a small set, which you'll see in a minute. but I think these are great, and really you could go with these or the Uniball Signo, and that would be great. I picked these up I think for about 10p each at a paper chase because it was shutting down, and these are very similar to the Uniball Signo, silver and gold. The gold is slightly different, it's pretty much the same, but I just thought these would be great as backups, and the nib is a lot thinner, so it allows me to get a much finer detailed point into things. But these are lovely as well. And then I won't go into too much detail about these because you will have seen them everywhere. But these are the Uniball Signo silver and gold. I also have the white one. So these are slightly different than the traditional shape that I think we're all used to seeing. Originally I had a silver and gold in this design as well, but as I said, my gold separated and my silver one ran out. I'm not really sure what the difference is between these because the nib size, every time I've looked at them, seems to be exactly the same. If I show you, they do look exactly the same, and I think they're both 1mm. I don't really know. But anyhow, I think it might just be a different design. So if you know anything about why these are different, please let me know, because they perform exactly the same. So I don't really know what the difference is. I actually prefer these. I think they look lovely. And again, it's the same style as the glitter gel, silver glitter gel pen, which I had. So yeah, these are great. Oops, I did knock that. Similarly, I also wanted to try out this Pentel Slicky pen, which is a very thin 0.8 point, and I got this in America as well. It's lovely, and I love Pentel products, so I was really intrigued to try this out. It's very slippy in the sense that it does just glide over the page. It's really, really easy to use, and I think the 0.8 means 0.8mm, but it does seem very, very thin, and it's lovely. The last two things I have in here are two metallic markers, which are the Stabilo Pen 68 metallic, and the reason I got these two was because again they were in Paper Chase, and I'd had a Paper Chase voucher. I think these were about £2 each, and the reason I only got two of them rather than the whole set was because these were the ones that really stood out to me as being different colours, because I do have a small set of metallic markers which I'll show you in a minute from Crayola, and I do use those, but I didn't want to get just the same bog standard colours and end up with duplicates. So I did test out what these look like in comparison to those, because these are a bit more expensive, but they do have lovely tips. So if you have the traditional, you know, Stabilo pens, that, you know, the fibre tip pens that you'd use for I don't know, like markers and colouring in and stuff, these are exactly the same tips and they're lovely. So this is 843 and 856. I really like this because it's like a eucalyptus colour. I might as well show you. I'll just swatch them here for you. And the pink is a very muted pink. Sorry for all the shininess. You might not be able to see. They are very, very shiny, but it's not really showing up. So that's everything in here. So yeah, absolutely love those. They are great. The metallic markers I have are actually in here. So I have some Pyros in here as well, which I use often. I've got them all. It's a set of 8, and I think I got these. So I got these in America at a Staples, I think. We were it was right by our hotel actually. Oh, that's why. So this is 7 of them, and then there's a black one somewhere. Where is it in here? Have I just completely missed it? No, it's not here. It's somewhere else. So these all have their own names, and these are lovely as well. I absolutely love these. I don't tend to use them as much, just because they are quite big. So they are better for larger areas or just doing dots. But I have used them quite a lot, and they haven't dried up or anything. They're lovely. So there's purple steel, cobalt blue, slick silver, green machine, copper mine, Gold Ingot and Pink Bling. I love the names of those, they're so cool. So yeah, they're all of the metallic markers. And again, I'd really recommend those. For Crayola products, they are so good. I think they were about $4, something like that. So recently I've actually received these again from Susan, and they are amazing. They're kind of the new thing that I've been trying out a lot, and I've been using them so much for embellishments, not on top of colour, because you can't really, they're not dark enough or opaque enough to go over things unless it's a really light colour. Say you're doing an orange over a pencil. Well, it would work with marker, not with pencil, because the pencil has kind of a sheen on it. I'm not sure it would work the easiest, but actually colouring things in with these and then going over with pencil is working really well. So these are the Stabilo pastel fine liners, and these are the Staedtler pastel fine liners. Now, for school once, I think I had the normal colours of these, and the only duplicate I have was this one. So all of these colours were new for me, and I love them. And these, I don't think I've ever had the Stabilo ones, and I really love these. The only colour out of both of these sets that's similar is the turquoise one, but you know, I was surprised there wasn't more really. The oranges are so different, the pinks, the purples, they're just gorgeous. And the thing I really like is the addition of these greys as well, because one's darker than the other, and I have found that I've been using these quite a lot as well. So yeah, they are amazing. I don't think I have a swatch of them. I might do. I have a feeling I just swatched them on a bit of paper for a video. So yeah, I don't have them. But they are so good, and I'll show you a couple of examples of me using these, and I'd really recommend getting these. They work really well, they complement each other so well, and I've tended to find that these have the darker colours and these have the slightly lighter ones, so they do go really well together, and I absolutely love them. So thank you so much again, Susan. Then for mine, I'm trying to think because I don't want to get it wrong which way around it was. Yeah, so I got these for my birthday. These POSCO pens, which are paint pens. If you don't know, they are basically acrylic paint in a pen, and these are glittery and they are amazing. Again, I've used these so much and they are just lovely. And I got these, as I said, for my birthday, but they were actually, because we were seeing my grandparents but kind of 2 weeks before my birthday, I did open them then, and then on my birthday, or it was a couple of days after, I went to my local art shop because I had a voucher, and I got these, which are the POSCO paint markers again, and they are the pastel colours. So I'll show you on the back. It's quite hard to see because it obviously has ripped to open it. So I'll tell you the colours though. So there's a white, light blue, light pink, aqua green, glacier blue, sunshine yellow, apricot and lavender. And then these have the names actually on the pens. But you can imagine, you know, the colours, the colour names and stuff are fairly similar. But they are amazing. The only thing I want to show you is the difference in the nib size. So if I grab the pinks out, actually I'll grab this lavender one. So this one is the PC1MR. Now I don't really, oh that's a bit of pen on my finger by the way, didn't even realise that. I don't really know what the one means, because this is a PC3ML. And this is 0.7, but this is 0.9 to 1.3, so I don't really understand that. If you know, I'd love to know. But yeah, these are the fine liner. They're very thin, and these are, sorry, my dad and my brother have just come back. Sorry about that. So yes, as I was saying, these are fine liners, and these are thicker. So these are better for finer details, and these are better for kind of dots or larger areas. But I really love both of them, and again, these complement each other really well. And these were the two main sets that I really wanted. The metallic ones also look lovely. but they are quite expensive, so I don't think I will be getting any more sets anytime soon. This is just what I wanted to mention. This was the white pen that I recently obviously got again in this set, but this was the one that I had started out with and it leaked, but now it works really, really well. I was hesitant about that, about whether it would work, but it's lovely. I think the range of colours is also really nice. The only thing I think potentially, there was one colour that I did, oh no, maybe it was, I think there's a 7 set of these, a Japanese set, which was missing the orange, I think, and the orange is lovely, or maybe it was the yellow. But needless to say, they are both lovely sets and I absolutely love them. And I've just kept them in here because they're just really, really handy to keep in their sets. So, just got a few small things to show you now. These are things that I don't use as often, but I do still use them a lot. My favourite is this. So this is De La Roni Pearlescent Liquid Acrylic, and I'll show you an example of the page I did with this. Basically, I think it's, well, obviously it's liquid acrylic. It kind of acts like ink because you get the pipette here, and it's so gorgeous. It's basically, if you have heard of the, oh, I can't remember what they're called now, the glossy accents. It's kind of like that, except in liquid form. You know, it's really, really runny, but you can put a sheen over it like a wink of Stella. It's not glittery, it is pearlescent, but it's so amazing. And I haven't actually had a problem with this splitting apart. The ink that I'm about to show you, it's really, really hard to use because loads of it's got stuck at the bottom and then the top half is just really watery. But no, I haven't had a problem with this. You can kind of just give it a shake and it gets going. It's so good. I think this was about £4, which may seem quite expensive, but for the length of time it's going to last me, it's amazing. And just to note here, the permanence is 3, so I'm not sure if that's something to do with the light fast. I don't know if paints have light fast, but this is the white pearl one, and I would highly recommend that. You can also get those pearlescent ones in multiple colours as well, so yeah. Then I have a Winsor & Newton ink in white. I actually have all of the Winsor & Newton inks, both of the sets. I think there's a William set and a Henry set. I have all of them, and then there are a couple of additional ones which some that I haven't got yet. I think there's a silver one, which I don't have, but I had to get the white one because it's got a polar bear on it, and also the white is just really, really handy. Again, this is very similar to what I just showed you. It's liquid ink, and you can use a pipette or a paintbrush, or this handy tool which I use. This was in the paintbrush section in my art shop, and it's a 6th angle chisel colour shaper, and it's basically got a rubber end. And what I do is, say, put a bit of ink on the palette and then like dip it, and then you can create circles and stuff. It's really, really, really good. I'd recommend getting those. There's also a circular one of these which I'd quite like to try out. But yeah, this was the one that I was talking about that I was having a problem with it splitting. Yeah, this is a very good example of what can happen to your inks. So I think especially with this one, seeing as it's the metallic, this is the gold one, and you can see it's just very watery, and all of it has just kind of concentrated at the bottom. If I give it a shake, you can see that the water has turned a bit gold, but it's so hard. I have tried scraping it and it just hasn't really worked. So if you know, these are so great, but you do have to keep your eye on them, and unfortunately I did leave it for a bit and it did separate, so I might look into getting another one of those. But so far the pearlescent one hasn't seemed to be doing that. I mean, it has collected the bottom bit, which is expected, but the actual liquid is still really, really pearly. So yeah, I haven't had a problem with that yet, so that's great. And then we come to a couple of the things that I haven't shown you yet, but that I use so much. So first we have a white POSCO, and you may be thinking, well, I do already have one. I do, but this is the thicker one. It's a huge one. It's PC5 1.H 2.5. And this is kind of like a chalkboard type size. It's amazing, and I actually think I need to get a new one soon because it feels quite light. It's still working, and I use this for dots in skies and stuff like that, and it's amazing. I'd really recommend getting these. Just, you can see the difference in size here. I actually think, yeah, it's pretty much maybe even a bit bigger than the glitter ones. But yeah, I just got that open stock because I use it so much. And then the final thing is a Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen. Now these are very similar to the Wink of Stella, and I used to have Wink of Stellas, but then I was going to get some replacements of them, but then I found a set of 3 of these which were way more inexpensive than one of the Wink of Stella brushes. It just happened that way on Amazon, so I just decided to try these out, and I actually love them even more. Now the only tricky thing I find is knowing when to push. Sorry if you can hear the noise upstairs. Is knowing when to push to get more of the liquid out, because it can just all spurt out sometimes. So you probably can't see any of this because it is clear, but that is the glittery effect that's created, and they're absolutely amazing. This was what I used, as I said, with the silver gel pen in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And then yeah, we obviously have the standard white gel pen, which I've mentioned to you a lot of times. So that's everything, and I'll show you a couple of pages as examples. So the books that I tend to use these embellishment things in is my Clara Markova books and my Rita Berman books. So let me show you the heart that I did. So you can see I've just got so much on here. There's loads and loads of different things, too many to even name. That's what you find in lots of my completed pages videos. I'm just kind of naming so many things because I use loads and loads of different products and pens. I use loads of glitter gel pen in this, especially here, because I can't be bothered to do those in pencil. I've used my gold Jelly Roll glitter gel pens. It's just so many. And with this book especially, I like experimenting with different things. So again, here I coloured this all in pencil and then just used a silver gel pen, my gold Jelly Roll, and a red glitter gel pen. So you can see the effect it creates even just by using 3 different pens. There's one other particular one I wanted to show you. This one, I use loads and loads of my new glitter gel pens, the Tammet ones, because I had just recently got them and I was testing those out. And then yeah, I've just pretty much used everything I can think of. I did a particular one here. When I got my new Jelly Rolls, I wanted to try all of the colours out. So I had the blue, the pink and the orange, and I just used them along with the gold, and I think that turned out really lovely. I like that one. So yeah, that's kind of one of the books where I tend to use lots of different embellishments. The only other one to note really is, apart from the Clara Markova books, is the ink house, because in this one I only use white and silver. So I just wanted to show you the effect that you can create just using silver and white. So I use the silver for highlighting in this. That's not actually a very good example because I haven't used many. This one's a good one. So I've done white dots and silver accenting all over it. I love using them, they're so good. And then, yeah, kind of the main things, if I can grab them, are my Clara Markova books. So in Faerie Miracles, for example, this one, I use the De La Roni, what was it, Roni? I don't know. The pearlescent liquid acrylic is on the wings. So you can see kind of the effect that that gives. I've got various glitter gel pens on this. Again, too many to name. There was a particular one here. Here I used, you can't really tell, it's quite hard to see, but I've used the Jelly Roll glaze on here along with the blue glaze and the clear glitter gel pen. Again, the glaze on the wings there and glitter gel pens. Here I use loads of glitter gel pens, just loads. So they're just kind of a few examples from there, and then I'll also show you a couple of examples from, actually no, hang on, there was another one in here I wanted to show you. Yeah, here we go. This was kind of the first time I was really experimenting with using loads of different things, because this was the first page that I did in here. So quite a lot of silver and gold and things like that. I really enjoyed doing this one. It was so fun. I've actually got that picture on my website because I like it so much. And then yeah, Faerie Celebrations. So the main thing I wanted to show you in here was my double page spread, because I used so many different things. It was actually ridiculous. You can see here I've just kind of been doing the straight colouring with various gel pens and not shading those because I didn't really feel like it, so I didn't. Trying to think, I used the pastel fine liners a lot on this page as well. It may be hard to tell. What I tended to do is, like here with this heart, is I would colour it in with those and then go over with the glitter. So you can just see how much I've used. On that butterfly, I used the glaze on the purple bit, as I mentioned in my completed pages. That's why it might stand out a bit. Here was when I was doing my translucent objects, and I've actually finished this now. So if you want to see the tutorial of me showing all of these translucent things with the jelly roll glaze, then you can see that. And I've used so many other different things as well on here. And finally I had the first page that I completed in here when I also got Faerie Miracles. And as you can see, I've used loads of the gold and silver on here, the Wink of Stella on the butterfly, and lots of jelly rolls and glitter gel pens as well. So they're just some examples of things that I have used when I've been doing embellishments and stuff. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and it's a bit different, and I'd love to see if any of you use particular things for embellishments. I would love to hear about them. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this video and that you stay safe and well, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.